Uttarakhand.
Syrian rebels have captured a major army post in the southern city of Deraa, the birthplace of President Assad. The British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says Islamic militants, led by members of the al-Qaeda affiliate, the Nusra Front, took the checkpoint after a 2-week siege. It's the latest in the back and forth of a conflict that has claimed some 100,000 lives. Also on Friday, the Russian foreign minister reiterated his country's commitment to an international conference on the Syrian conflict. Well, a short time ago, I spoke to Ribal al-Assad. He's the founder of the Organization for Democracy and Freedom in Syria. He's also the first cousin of President Bashar al-Assad. Do you think that your cousin will ever give up power in Syria?
I really think it's impossible. He would not give up. If he should have given up, he would have given up at the start.
What makes you so sure that he won't?
Because, as I said, he's gone too far. Over 100,000 people have died, over 1.5 million refugees, 4.5 million internally displaced. I think it's very difficult. I'm sure that he will not leave power.
And what kind of Syria do you think he will leave behind when he eventually goes, however that is?
Well, we're really trying to keep Syria together as much as possible. This is the most important thing that we need to do. We need to find a peaceful solution. We need to find a political solution to this crisis. It's very important. And we should certainly not be calling on arming the rebels. The United States and the West should really think it twice before arming those rebels, who are mainly Islamist rebels. We have to know exactly who we're arming before we go ahead with such a step. The Free Syrian Army and the Supreme Military Council are made only of Islamist Salafi groups, such as Sukur al-Sham, Al-Tawhid Brigade, Dara al-Sawra. All of those battalions are only Salafi groups.
The argument for arming the rebels is that if you don't, the rebels will lose. President Assad will stay in power because he has the backing of Iran and the Russians. Is that what you would prefer?
No, of course not. But we also have to look today at the facts on the ground. We have to look at, for example, the War Tribunal Report that was 3 weeks ago that said, unfortunately, Bashar al-Assad is starting to win 70% of the heart and mind of the people. It's certainly not what we want. It's a disaster. I mean, after 30 years of my personal experience of exile, after 100,000 deaths, to have such kind of report, it's a disaster. Why? Because the majority of the Syrian people, the peaceful majority, prefer to have, they prefer the devil they know from the devil that is out there.
Whatever is left behind is going to be a Syria that is deeply divided along sectarian lines. You are an Assad. Your father has been accused of one of the worst massacres in Syria's history, in Hama. Do you think there is really any place for you in Syria in the future, for anyone of the Assad name in the future in Syria?
First of all, let me clarify one thing. First of all, I'm not here to talk about my father, but I've said it repeatedly in many of my interviews that my father was not responsible for the Hama. He has said it openly. He has challenged anyone to say what really, to come up with facts. There was the Defense Intelligence Agency report that was declassified lately that said exactly what went on in Hama and the number of dead, which was not what people said, and it was 2,000 and not 40 or 50. About that. Second of all, it's not my ambition is not really to be part of any process in Syria. What we want today, it's really to keep Syria together. It's to find a peaceful solution for the Syrian crisis. What we want today, we don't want to see Syria going the same way as Iran did 30 years ago, where we had to replace a dictatorship with a theocracy. We don't want to see Syria becoming like another Afghanistan times 10. That's why I think it's very, very dangerous.
Okay, Ribal al-Assad, we have to leave it there, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for coming to join me.
Thank you.